Hello everyone. In this video, I will demonstrate how to construct a simple scatter plot using R. So this is the data set we will be working on, exam anxiety. So this is the data here. So we have a score on anxiety, which is measured using a scale of 1 to 100. More on this scale means more anxious students were, the anxiety level was higher. And then we have exam scores in terms of percentages. So this anxiety was measured before students have taken the exam, and after they have taken the exam we have their exam score as a percentage. And revise simply means how much hours they spend revising the course content before they took the exam. And then we have gender as well. So we want to explore the relationship between anxiety and exam. So can we say that, if the anxiety score is higher, then does it have any negative impact on the exam score? And this could be done using a simple scatter plot. So let's get started. So again, I have our project folder on my desktop, and within our project we have data sets where I'm storing all my data sets here, and this is the working directory that we will use. So here are the details. So first we need to load the package. I already have loaded this one, so I will run this one again. Then we'll bring this package into our library so we can use it. And then let's set the working directory to our data set. This will just give me the present working directory that we are using. Right now let's read our data, which is in CSV file. Let's plot first, let's print out first 10 records, and we see that all the data we have. So first thing first, I want to plot a simple scatter plot. So here, let's get started. I will see my scatter plot. Let's build the object by using ggplot function. Let's apply our data set and define aesthetics properties, AES. And on the x-axis we want anxiety, on y-axis we want exam. So this is how it should be. Now we have just defined the topmost layer, which is basically the ggplot object. We haven't plotted anything on it. So as this will not work. We need to plot something on the top of this object. Okay, this is the topmost layer, we can say. So let's go ahead and after we define this ggplot object, let's add a layer of geometric element that we want to plot. And in this case we want to plot what we call points. So we will use geom underscore point, and that should be it. Let's uh, let's show the plot. Okay, so I will run this command again. The shortcut on Mac is press the command key and hit enter. Okay, it will run one command at a time. So again, press command and hit enter, and it will show me the plot. So as you see in this plot here, anxiety score on the x-axis, as anxiety score goes higher, you see the negative impact on the exam. So exam scores goes lower. So it's a negative relationship here. It would be better if we can alter the labels here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we will use what we call labs. Let's give it a title. Say anxiety effect on exam score. Say anxiety score let's say on Y, we will plot exam score in percentage. Okay, so let's run it again. Now we see all our title for the overall chart here on x-axis and on y-axis as well. So let's move on. Now we want to add a linear line uh, that will show us the linear relationship between these two variables. So I will copy this one. I will paste here. So all we need to do here is add another layer of line. So what we do here is we will call geom underscore smooth function. This will add a line to it. As is by default, if you run it, it'll show a curved line as you see, because it's trying to fit the data as closely as possible. But we are interested in a linear line, straight line. So you have to specify that function here, which is method equals let's say LM, linear methods. So LM stands for linear methods here, and that should do the trick here. So you see a straight line, a fitted straight line into the model, and this gray area that you see is the confidence interval band, 95% confidence interval band. So this is how you can plot a simple linear line to your scatter plot. Let's say we want to change the color of the dots, we want to change the color of the line and the fill color of this confidence interval band. So I will copy this command here, paste it here. I will tab it to the right so it's more readable. And here we need to specify color. So color equals blue. So let's run this one. So you see the blue color dot. Now they are too dark. We can increase the transparency by using alpha property here. So we'll say alpha equals, let's say 0.5. So you see the dots are a little lighter and they look better. Okay, so now let's change the line of the color of the line, straight line, and that will be in geom underscore smooth function. So we'll say color equals, let's say orange. Right, this looks orange. Let's fill the confidence interval band with the orange color as well. So here I will say fill equals orange. Right, so it started looking better, but this fill is too dark, so let's increase the transparency by using alpha. So alpha equals, let's say 0.2. So this is looking much better now. So this is how you can set the individual color elements for each layer separately. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Now let's say we want to sort of group the scatter plot by gender, because we have male and so we will be working on grouped scatter plot. Okay, so let's do it here. So here we have to say color equals gender. Okay, now if you run it, nothing will work here, and the reason for that is whatever you have defined the properties of the color and fill in the subsequent layer, they will override whatever you have defined at the topmost layer. Okay, so for if you want this topmost layer to be there in every subsequent layer, then you have to take out the specific properties for that particular layer. So we'll take this color properties out here. We'll take the color and fill properties out here as well. Okay. So now you see those two plots here. Okay. So now what we can do here is this band color, we want to set it to the color of the gender. So red should be for the female and this blue should be for the male. So that should be done here in the geom smooth function. So we'll say AES, and the reason we are using AES is because we are not using constant, we are using a variable that will fill the band, and the variable is gender. Okay, so let's run this one. You see now it started looking much better. Again, the band color is too dark. Let's let's define the alpha here. Alpha equals 0.2, just to give a very light band color. So this is how you should do it. Now this is looking much better. As you can see, the slope of line for male is a lot steeper compared to the female, which means that the anxiety is affecting male exam scores more adversely compared to the female. Okay, so that's how I would interpret the results here. Now let's move on and do the last one. Let's say we want to create two different charts for male and female instead of putting it within the same chart. So I will use what we have used in my earlier videos, which we call facet. So let's do faceting here. I would do it rather here. Let's say I will call facet underscore wrap and do it by gender. Okay, so let's see here. Now you can see two different charts, one for the male and one for the female, and we don't need this legend here, so we can put it off. So for that we have to invoke another layer called theme. So theme legend dot position equals none. This should do the trick. I guess the legends are gone now. This is looking much better. And let's say if you want to save this one, so we'll just save as gg save scatterplot1. This is default size of 8.4 by 5.3 inches image. And if you want to set your own dimension, you can do that here as well. So this is 5 by 5 inch image. So if you go back to my folder there, let's go to the desktop, R project data set. You see those two files there. So this is the default one. You can copy this one and paste it in your Microsoft Word while doing documentation. And this is the smaller version, just to demonstrate you can set your own size. So so I guess this is pretty much it. If you want to do one last thing here, let's say you want to fade the color of the gender here, you can do that using alpha here. Alpha equals 0.5, and that should give a lighter color for the points. So this looking a little better. With this I will end my video. Thank you very much uh, for listening.